Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today's April 6th, and today we're dealing with some technical difficulties. I don't recommend this microphone here by Shure, Shure. You have to buy a new setup here because the thing keeps coming unplugged. This micro USB connector is not the best. So anyway, let's dive into the forecast here. Looking at the infrared satellite imagery, you can see we've got this next system already starting to roll in here. You can see the clouds wrapping back around from this system. It's been with us for a couple of days. That's some pretty good thunderstorm activity across Montana and Idaho yesterday as well. But we're going to keep some systems rolling through here for the next couple of days. And we're going to try to warm up for a couple of days before another system tries to roll in here as we go towards the end of next week. So we'll dive into those details as we go through the video here today. And if we take a look at this, you can see the visible satellite imagery and look at all the lightning strikes that came up across Idaho yesterday, all the way up across Montana. Hundreds of strikes out there, and they waned with some of the overnight activity there. Kind of dropped off, and then you can kind of see the next system rolling in here off the Pacific Ocean back into the Pacific Northwest. And just a reminder, this time of year, when we do start to warm up, the snow melt out there, this water is extremely cold. Your body heat is lost 25 times faster in cold water than it is in cold air, and it can make rescue very difficult. Just have that heads up there when you're dealing with our streams and rivers here in the Pacific Northwest. Inland Northwest forecast, Spokane National Weather Service. We do start to warm up a bit here as we go through the midweek period, but we've got another trough on the horizon after that as well. We've been pretty chilly here over the last few days and getting some low elevation snowfall across some of eastern Washington yesterday. Some of the Blue Mountains of Oregon picking up some nice amounts as well. Now, we are dealing with the sneaker wave threat. I would just consider this for today and tomorrow, all the way up from Vancouver Island, all the way across the Washington coast and down into the Oregon coast. Don't turn your back on the ocean. And the snow through Sunday continues across some of the Idaho Panhandle and Montana here. Still some winter weather advisories in place, and watch out for those winter driving conditions. Again, at SeaTac, we did get 6 degrees warmer than the previous day, but still 5 degrees below normal. Trace of precipitation out there, and hopefully you can bounce back here as we go through Wednesday and Thursday and bring some warmer temperatures, at least for a time. You can see the average temperature this time of the year, but when you get to April 8th, it's 58. By the time you get to the end of April, it's 63 degrees. And look at the record back in 1976 on April 30th, 85 degrees. Look at back at 2016 on April 18th. 89, almost a 90-degree day in April. We still have not hit 90 degrees ever at SeaTac during the month of April yet. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, I end up using this weather station actually quite a bit more than my other stations because it shows on your smartphone the temperature right next to the time there. So anytime you just want to glance at your smartphone, you can see the temperature at your house. It'll show you when it starts raining, can send you notifications when there's lightning strikes, stores the data for you in the cloud. So click on that link down below to save 10%. Now, taking a look at the European, this is the system we've been dealing with, and you can kind of see this trough here marking today's system rolling through here, bringing some precipitation with it. Not much, but it's something. And we have kind of this ridge that's a little bit flat here for the Pacific Northwest. We keep a system going into British Columbia here, and then we build the ridge a little bit here as we go through Wednesday and Thursday before another trough starts to swing down towards the Pacific Northwest as we go on in through Thursday night. More on that here in a moment. Looking at the European, you can see this precipitation coming on in through the day today into tomorrow. Some convergence zone activity probably all the way in through tomorrow. British Columbia really not getting much of a break here. You can see some pretty decent precipitation amounts, which is kind of okay here. The mountains need it, and hopefully some of the snow that's accumulating up there is helping the snowpack. But then you can see the next system rolling down through the day Tuesday. A little bit of a break Wednesday for Oregon and Washington. Some precipitation still occurring across some of British Columbia for most of the week here, though. And then that next trough starts rolling in here as we go through the day Thursday. Now looking at composite reflectivity as we go through the day today, you can see the showers increasing as you go through the late morning and afternoon hours. Some of that wraparound moisture still across some of Montana, but the next system is clearly moving in, bringing those showers. And then the next system starts rolling in as we go through tomorrow evening. Just a few showers out there, nothing too crazy. And then you got that next system that's going to kind of be giving some good precipitation amounts to British Columbia and some of western Washington, the higher elevations, especially the Olympic Mountains and the Cascades as we go through Monday afternoon. Now looking at the national blended models, this is for today, something similar to what was going on yesterday across western portions. And as we go through tomorrow, we warm up a little bit there, maybe 56, still not quite average for this time of year. And then Monday, another fairly chilly day, but you see some 60s start to come in here for some of the Willamette Valley. And then we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, we do warm up a bit here across much of the region. And Thursday, probably one more warm day for the west portions as we drop back down on Friday and then kind of have that trough across the region here as we go through next weekend. We'll break that down day by day, though. As we get closer, we'll get better details on that. Looking at total precipitation in inches, just going to want to highlight the fact that there are some decent amounts as we go through that Tuesday system for the North Cascades, the Olympics, Vancouver Island, some of British Columbia as well. And again, this would be beneficial because they have not been doing well as far as precipitation and snowpack is concerned. Now, looking at total snow in inches, this kind of highlights the fact that this could be beneficial for British Columbia. And in the meantime, we're getting a few inches of snow, but nothing too crazy across the Washington Cascades, the Blue Mountains, maybe a few more inches as well. But you can see that as we go through that Tuesday system, hopefully bringing some nice snow to British Columbia. Then maybe again next weekend with that next trough. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook above average across much of the west coast here all the way through April 15th. Check out the below average signal here for precipitation though coming up, but we'll be breaking that down day by day to see how that's going to unfold. Here's the 8 to 14 day, a lot of the lower 48 above average, including across the Great Basin, including the Pacific Northwest, and kind of a near normal signal there for the Pacific Northwest. And this is looking at the extended forecast on last night's European run. So there's the system we're dealing with today and tonight. A little bit of a transient ridge builds in here and kind of keeps things flat with that next little trough. Then we warm up through Wednesday and Thursday before the next system rolls in here. And then another ridge rolls in and then another trough. Pretty typical for springtime here in the Pacific Northwest. These ridges don't usually hang out for long and the troughs start to get weaker here at this time of year. But then you can kind of see that extended forecast, maybe keeping some ridging around for a little bit longer here. Who knows? Give us some nice weather as we roll through the month of April. But yeah, anyway, I know I released that video here earlier this morning and it had no sound and I didn't realize it until after I got the eclipse video done, which the first one of that also had the same problem. This thing just keeps coming unplugged, so I'm going to have to buy an entirely new microphone system here and get that installed. So I'm going to work on that as soon as I wrap this video up. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow and I will talk to you guys then.